Ever wondered how a rubber ducky USB works? Well, it's not as complicated as you might think. Welcome to our deep dive into the world of rubber ducky USBs. This little device, often mistaken for a harmless memory stick, is a powerful tool in the hands of savvy tech enthusiasts and security professionals alike. A rubber ducky USB is a keystroke injection tool disguised as a regular USB flash drive. It's as if you've got a fast typist hiding inside that little piece of plastic, ready to execute pre-programmed scripts when plugged into a computer. The speed and stealthiness of this device make it an invaluable asset for penetration testing, highlighting potential security vulnerabilities. Understanding the workings of a rubber ducky USB is not just about learning a cool tech trick. It's about comprehending the potential security risks and taking steps to safeguard your systems. So with the basic introduction out of the way, now let's dive into the process of using a rubber ducky USB, shall we? First things first, you need to prepare your rubber ducky USB. To do this, you'll need to follow a few simple steps. Start by installing the right software. You'll need something called the Duck Encoder, which converts your script into a language the rubber ducky can understand. Once you've got that installed, it's time to configure your settings. Make sure your keyboard layout matches the one used by your intended target. This is important to ensure the right commands are sent. Now, it's time to write your payload script. Think of this as the instructions you're giving your rubber ducky. It could be anything from opening a web page to downloading a file. Just write it out in a simple text editor, save it as a .txt file, and then use the Duck Encoder to convert it into a bin file. And there you have it. With your rubber ducky USB now prepared, it's time to move on to the next stage. The next step involves loading your payload onto the rubber ducky USB. Think of the payload as the mission that you're assigning to your rubber ducky. It's the set of instructions that the ducky will follow once it's plugged into a computer. To start, you'll need to encode your payload. This is like translating your instructions into a language that the rubber ducky can understand. There are a variety of tools available online to help you with this task. Just make sure to choose one that's reputable and safe. Once your payload is encoded, it's time to transfer it onto your rubber ducky. This is as simple as dragging and dropping the payload file onto the ducky's drive in your computer's file explorer, just like moving a file onto a regular USB stick. And there you have it. It's as simple as that. Now that the payload is loaded, you're ready to execute it. With your payload loaded, it's now time to execute it. Picture this. You've just plugged the rubber ducky USB into the target computer. The computer, in its simplicity, recognizes the device as a standard keyboard. Now, here's where the magic happens. The rubber ducky starts typing. But not just any old typing. It's inputting the payload commands, a series of instructions designed to perform a specific task on the computer. The speed at which the rubber ducky operates is truly impressive. It's like having the world's fastest typist at your fingertips, punching in commands at lightning speed. And the best part, the target computer won't even realize it's being typed on by a USB device, not a human. This, my friends, is the beauty of the rubber ducky USB. It's swift, sneaky, and oh so effective. The payload commands are executed before the user even has time to blink. And just like that, your payload is executed. But what next? You've successfully executed your payload, but the process doesn't stop there. We've journeyed together through the ins and outs of using a rubber ducky USB. We've explored its preparation, the loading of the payload, and finally its execution. But let's not forget the importance of securing the device after use. A loose rubber ducky is a potential security risk, so always keep it safe. Now you've seen what this little piece of technology can do. It's more than just a novelty, it's a tool with a myriad of applications. From automating repetitive tasks to testing the strength of your own security systems, the potential uses are vast, but remember, it's not a toy. Misuse can lead to serious consequences, so always use it responsibly and ethically. Make sure you understand the laws and regulations in your area regarding its use. And there you have it. Now you know how a rubber ducky USB works. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.